Hello, 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 guys. Welcome back to the No BS podcast with your host, Luis and Daniela. In this episode, we're going to be going over Kylie Jenner's dumbass, David Dobrik's dumbass, and Sharon Osbourne's dumbass. Apparently, this is the episode of the dumbasses. I mean, what's new? These quote unquote celebrities and famous people are just clowns. Like, people listening, stop making these people famous. Stop giving them clout. Stop giving them fame. It's just too much. But before we dive into the negativity, let's focus on some positivity. Daniela, how has your week gone?
My week, it's been great. I mean, I told you I'm on spring break from work. And bitch, I get to sleep in. I always fucking make this comment whenever I have a day off. But like you guys, I'm waking up at fucking 5:30 sometimes. Well, lately actually I've been waking up. I gotta leave my house by 7 and I've been waking up like 6:45. So
It's like you're going to sleep at 5:30. I mean, you're waking up at 5:30. Bitch, I'm going to sleep at 5:30. Like I'm in school. I don't want to think. I don't know what I'm doing. Like it's all a mess. But it's great.
how are you?
You can enjoy this week to sleep and not have to deal with devils. But
Exactly. How are you?
I'm all right. It's I was saying off air like God has just this way of like throwing lots of obstacles at me, like with this whole nonsense of just a bunch of shit going on with school. It's a lot. Like I'm tired. You know that when Nini in that one episode, she's like, I'm tired. I'm really, really tired. That's my mood right now. Like I feel like God is throwing obstacles my way to make me a stronger person. And it's
Mhm.
funny because my friend was kind of going through it. I'm not gonna put her business out there, but we were just kind of just venting to each other.
Yeah.
And she was telling me like this is too much, like I'm going through too much. And I always tell her like try to look at the positive, stay hopeful. And I feel like this is God just, making us stronger people. And
Hmm.
in a month or two, we'll be looking back at this and we'll be laughing at it. And she's like, bitch, I need that moment to come now because it's too much. But I don't want to, harp on the negativity. I'm all right. Oh, before we dive right into the stories,
Yes.
as you guys know, I'm in school. I mean, I say it every fucking chance that I get. I had midterms last week, and I'm not gonna front. I wasn't gonna talk about it because I'm all about keeping a good image. But you
No,
guys, I
no,
had like
that's
4 or 5
fine.
midterms. I got A's on all of them except for the last one that I took on Friday. I gotta see you guys, and I know you guys are like probably thinking it's not a big deal. C's get degrees, but it
Yeah.
sucks. Like I wanted an A, bitch. I'm like crying right
Oh.
now. Ugh, I hate it.
No, but you did your best. Honestly, bitch, A's like we stand. Okay. My midterms were always like I always fucking I was a terrible student. So props to you. If I had I've been watching iCarly lately. So if I had that fucking remote that Sam on iCarly has
The
where she
clappy.
presses it and it claps, that'd be me.
Yay, let's
Snaps,
I
bitch.
guess yeah, I
Snaps.
guess they should
Snaps
just
for
like
Louise.
focus on the positive, but it's still it hurts, but I digress. Hopefully you guys listening right now are having a good day, having a good week. I know those simmies we talked about them already, but hopefully you guys spent those wisely. Hopefully you're staying indoors. Hopefully COVID is not coming near you. Just positive energy. I want to just put that out there. You guys, it's now March. When you guys are listening to this, it's basically the end of March. It's March 27th, 26th, but February needs to come first. I always like call me delusional, but something about first of the month, besides paying rent, first of the month is
Yeah.
like my way of like I feel rejuvenated. It's like I'm hopeful. I don't know.
I yeah, I'm fucking waiting. I need summer. You guys, we're literally nearing. It's like I can taste it, you guys. I can taste the outdoors. Okay. I mean, I can taste the outdoors. I went hiking yesterday and my fucking body hurts right now. But I can taste like the outdoors. And when I say that, I mean like I could taste the fucking thought summer we can have when this is all over.
I know like summer is coming, and we just need to be out there. So people, please get vaccinated if you have the opportunity to, which let's just dive right in since I brought it up. Vaccinations.
Yeah.
As we know, people have been getting them. Good for them. I'm waiting for my I don't want to say normal ass, but like I'm like a peasant compared to you frontline workers because I'm the last of the last people to get it, but it's fine. I respect it. But yeah, vaccinations. Apparently, for you donut lovers, Krispy Kreme is doing this offer where if you get vaccinated and you show them your card, you'll be getting a free donut every day for the rest of the year, like once a day, if you have vaccines. Which I was telling you off air. I think this is a great incentive for people to get vaccinated. I feel like more and more people will do it, not only because of this, but because they want to live their normal lives. But also, I was telling you, it's funny in my school actually teaches you things in my gender and sex class. We talked about capitalism, and that
Yeah.
kind of stems back to it. Always like falls back and relates to power and people in power,
Hmm.
which in most situations it's the white male, which white people tend to be Republican. So my point being, hopefully this will cause Republicans, because Republicans, there's something else. They think this is a conspiracy, this is a hoax. So I was telling you off air, hopefully this will cause
Yeah.
more people to get vaccinated. You're vaccinated, you're in the process of
Yeah.
getting your second dose. Will you be going to
Mhm.
Krispy Kreme?
Um, for a free donut, hell yeah, bitch. I mean, I don't like Krispy Kreme. It's not the best because I don't like the way it tastes the day after. But for a free donut once a day, not once a day, maybe once a week, I'll go.
Who are you kidding? It's once a day. I don't really
Honestly,
go to Krispy Kreme. Like,
they're
it's
too
just,
far from me.
yeah, I was gonna
I
say they're not like your average typical like donut shop where they're
yeah,
like down the street. But
they're
yeah, I
way
guess
too
that's
far.
something positive. It's sad that a donut is what's keeping people positive nowadays. Like, come on now,
I
this is sad.
literally saw this fucking tweet that was like, you guys, Krispy Kreme is trying to get us to herd immunity right quick. So go get your fucking vaccinations so we can all get free donuts. I was like, yes, herd it. I'm like, for those of you who probably can't get the vaccine because maybe you have allergic reactions to vaccinations or to medications or anything, herd immunity is coming, you guys. We're going to take care of you. Don't worry. But those of you who are refusing to get the vaccine because you don't believe in science, bitch, there's a donut in it for you. Okay. So
Exactly.
get it together.
I don't know. Hopefully, it's something dumb that like something so small. Which yeah, if we look at
Yeah.
it from like a business aspect, Krispy Kreme is probably just trying to gain more customers because in reality they
Yeah.
probably don't care about vaccinations. But it's a win-win. People get their donuts. People have a less chance of getting sick, and that's what we want in this world right now, in this day and age, is to not be sick.
Exactly.
Positivity, happiness, and good health. Cheers to that.
Yes.
Moving on, I'm gonna ask you, do you want to talk about David Dobrik's MS or do you want to talk about Kylie first? Because I know people love Kylie Jenner, so I'll let you pick.
Let's do Kylie Jenner first so that we can get her dumb ass out of the way before we get into the nitty gritty.
True, true, because David Dobrik has a lot going on, and oof, that's gonna be some time spent on that. So Kylie Jenner, as we know, Kylie Jenner is known for, I'll pause because what is she known for? And what is she known for besides her shitty makeup? I mean, like, is it her last name? Is it correct? Like, I don't know why. To this day, I don't understand why she's famous. Like, why?
I don't understand why any of them are famous, Luis.
Let me just
Oh,
move on because this is just too much. So apparently, Kylie Jenner, she sparked some fury because this bitch, and I call everyone a bitch, this bitch decided to ask her fans on her Instagram, she decided to post something about this unfortunate accident that happened to her friend Samuel Rauda. I'm sorry if I mispronounced your name. Apparently, the makeup artist, her friend, the makeup artist, was thrown from a moving vehicle, suffering from internal bleeding, and had 8 brain surgeries after hitting his head on the pavement. I'm sorry to hear about that. Hopefully everything's fine and you're okay, Samuel. But what pissed people off was the fact that she was out here. So she's out here trying to raise $60,000 for her friend.
mhm,
Meanwhile, she only donated 5,000. Now, if we're playing devil's advocate, I understand this didn't happen to her
mhm.
and she shouldn't feel obligated to pay for all of that. But at the same time, she makes hundreds of thousands and millions if we're gonna be there, if we're gonna go there, because apparently wasn't she like named the youngest millionaire of 2017, 18 or some shit like that?
Yes.
So my thoughts are like, how do you have the audacity to only donate 5,000? And I know I feel bad, like even shaming people for when people donate. Like that's none of my business. You do you. But at the same
Yeah.
time, it's kind of hypocritical and ironic that it's like you're only donating that much when you have millions at this point. I don't know. What do you make of the situation?
It's not going to look good when you're rich and you're asking people to donate for you, or not for you, but because of you, like you're sharing it. Like, I get this is what I'm reading right now, but I guess she had helped reach the original $10,000 goal. Now they raised it to 60,000. I'm like, okay, so what's stopping you from helping him reach the 60,000 goal? Do you get me? So it's going to be a double-edged sword. I understand her part in asking people to donate because that's what we would do, us regular folk, because we want people to help people we love. Bitch, it doesn't work for you because you're a billionaire, you're a millionaire, you're a billionaire. So just give him the 60,000. Like,
Yeah, I don't know.
bitch,
I guess it's always like
what do
easier
you
said than done. But like I don't know if I was in a position where,
Yeah.
bitch, if I have millions, billions, if I'm eating good, everyone's eating good. Like if I'm am okay, you
Everybody.
guys are gonna be okay. Like I don't know. It seems I don't want to put the word selfish out there, but Kylie, it's like do better. Come on now. And then on top of that, now that I bring her up, I don't know if you heard recently, people felt some type of way about her because people felt like specifically Mexicans were upset with her because they felt like she was appropriating our culture by the way she was dressing. And that's a whole nother situation. But like, I don't know. Again, I always
They,
this is my favorite thing to say is please do better. Like that family is something else. I don't know.
yeah, they like to thrive off of bad press, which I mean, teach their own.
Yeah, it's just we'll see. Hopefully, like I said, the whole purpose of me even talking about it was to bring up the whole situation, and hopefully that guy Samuel's okay, and hopefully Kylie just does better because she's something else. But our next clown of the episode, David Dobrik. So there's a lot to unpack here. I'm sorry if you guys like him, and I'm sorry if you guys don't like me talking about him. But guess what? I'm gonna keep doing it until he changes. Like, be a better person, bitch, and then I won't talk about you. But David Dobrik, as of recent, he's been in drama and headlines because his shitty behavior, the things he said, the people he associates with, just a whole lot of nonsense. To quickly break it down, apparently there was this whole threesome situation where his friend Dom and underage girls, as far as the drinking age, I believe they're 19, 20, were in this situation where they basically allegedly didn't give consent because they were drunk, and David Dobrik recorded them after the fact. And it's just a whole messy situation. You guys should go check out Def Noodles on Twitter to break it down. I could go into hours talking about this, but that's the short story. I bring him up because apparently his I guess his bosses and essentially the people he works with, the brands he works with, are not happy with him. Apparently, a bunch of brands are cutting him off. They're cutting ties, and these are just a few. Let me mention that are not falling for his bullshit. So we have HelloFresh, General Mills, EA Sports, DoorDash, Dollar Shave Club, Audible. We have there's so many more I can go into, but those are just a few. What do you make of this whole situation? What do you think about the companies dropping his ass?
Lions and tigers and bears. Oh my, that was like so many. um, oh gosh, there's so much we could fucking say. Like we've said it already. Like he's just a dick. And I think you said off air. You had said off air. Why does he think it's okay to pick up the camera and film his friend? Like why wouldn't you edit that out? I mean, thank God he didn't edit it out because that's something we should know, right? Like how they're treating girls. But it's like, why are you putting that in your vlog? Like, why are you incriminating your friend like that? So to me, I feel like more power to these brands. I'm glad that they're dropping him, but fuck, he needs to lose some fucking platform or something. Start unfollowing him on Instagram. Start unfollowing him on Twitter. Start unfollowing, like unsubscribing from him because he's trash. And like I know we're talking about him right now, but this is not making him money. Me interacting with his posts makes him money. So I'm not going to do that. Do you get me? Like, so I'm asking all of you to please look at the people you're supporting and who the fuck you're making rich, because I'm not saying we as in me and Louise, but all of us in general as a society, we're the ones who make these people rich and famous. So it's like, bitch, you got a job because of me. So I
Yeah,
could easily just fire you.
as it's funny because as of recent, I've been seeing all of the Twitter posts, and people are like, "Listen, Karen, he's not going to give you his Tesla. Stop supporting this clown." And then it's true.
Exactly.
Like if you think about it, these celebrities and YouTubers and famous people, they're not shit. Let me remind you, all these artists, they're not shit. The only reason why they have a platform is because of us regular folk, us common people. Like you know what I'm saying? So I think, and like I said, you guys are probably, you guys probably get triggered or annoyed when I talk about people that you guys like, and it's not to make you guys feel a certain way. It's kind of just
Mhm.
bring awareness and to bring you guys like attention to what they're doing. Because
Mhm.
I don't know, I don't want you guys to mindlessly like follow these people and support these people because I kind of feel like
Exactly.
that's a reflection of you. And I don't know, maybe you can look past this and you can look past all their drama, and maybe that's like my signal and everyone around you signal to like it's a reflection of you. Like if you support shitty people,
Yes.
I think you're a shitty person. And maybe that's why I care so much because I want to know
Yes.
who I should mess with and who I shouldn't like be around with. I don't
Yes.
know. And to continue on with the story, there was this clip that is going around right now. I'll just play it for you guys so you guys can take a listen. Some guy on TikTok posted it. Let me just play it.
You guys are surprised? This shit's crazy. Look.
You guys obviously don't know Dom because you hooked up with him.
It wasn't my choice, honestly.
What? That's what every girl says when they hook up with Dom. You hooked up with Dom back in October. Now, did you give Dom consent to hook up with you?
I was drunk.
You were drunk.
Yeah, well, I was drunk too, so it's consensual.
No, it's not consensual.
He was straightforward. He just came up and did what he wanted.
Hooked up with Dom is because you were drunk.
Yeah.
She was drunk. Yeah, she was drunk.
So clearly, this is all joking matter for them. They don't care. They have no regrets, no remorse. I've talked enough. After hearing that clip, what are your thoughts on that?
I mean, I think it's clear that the reason he included it in his blog is because, from what I understand, his blogs are set up like as if they're scripted in a way, like as if, oh, they couldn't possibly be doing something as outrageous as this or as outlandish as this. So I feel like maybe people didn't question that when it came up because it was like, oh, that's just his style of vlogs. It's scripted. Why are these girls going to say that it wasn't consensual? Like, it's obvious that they're all acting, you know? So, but you listen to it and you think about it and you think about how many, because I don't know, there's like fucking, my whole For You page is fucking, every other video is like girls saying, this is what I was made to do to be in David Dobrik's vlog. Or this is what I was told to do, but I didn't do. And that's why I wasn't in David Dobrik's vlog or something. Like, so it's not just one person. It's not just one person trying to get clout. It's like, you guys, this is a pattern. Like, these guys, whatever this, his friend group, himself, they're doing something and they try to cover it up with the style of their vlogs and the way that they are. Like, oh, we're nice guys, or I'm Mr. Nice Guy. You guys, you know, you girls just don't talk to me because I'm such a nice guy. You guys like bad boys. So why would you guys talk to me? Why would you guys take me seriously like that? I'm such a nice guy. Like, oh shucks, you know, it's like, no, you're a creep and you like to use your camera and your money and your Tesla to find some sort of power over these women, girls. I want to call them girls, like, I don't know, 18, 19. That's still very much naive to me. I don't know. Do you get me? Like,
No,
I don't
yeah,
want to.
it definitely. It's when you really sit down and think about it, it is all about power and control. And I guess it's different. I mean, I'm not going to shame these girls for what they do. Like, they to each their own. But I feel like after watching everything go down, I feel like they're going to be more aware, and they're kind of, I don't want to say like they're going to see the light, but it's going to, yeah, everything's going to click, and they're going to realize, you know what this guy is doing is not cool. He's not such a great guy after all. And it bothers me so much because it's like, you guys don't have to, I don't know. It puts me in a position where, like, I think no one should ever have to do anything that they don't want to just for fame, just for money, just for some fucking attention. Like, you guys are better than that. Like, you don't need this stupid fucker to be known. It frustrates me. And I don't know, if I were to ever see David Dobrik in the street, I would curse him the fuck out. Like, I can't stand this kid.
Yeah, he's so creepy. I don't know. I understand that whole appeal of people being like, no, but he donates money and he gives things out to his fans. I understand that, but like, okay, but like, again, I think I've said this in the past, that does not excuse his behavior, like to be like a creep. Like, he can't hide behind the good guy act all this time. I don't know. A lot of people, I saw some people on Twitter, because on that tag too, like the David Dobrik tag, a lot of people were like, does he not understand? And now we're gonna get into like his identity, because did you know that he's here on DACA? So
Yeah, after
he really
seeing,
needs to like understand that any of these allegations can hurt his status. So it's like, you need to start thinking about what you're putting on the internet, because people can use, I mean, obviously we're talking about it, but people can use this against you in a more malicious way and get you thrown out of this country. And that's another sad part, because it's like, dude, now you really need to think about the actions and the way that you were treating these girls and the people that you surround yourself with. Because if okay, let's say he's not the bad guy in this scenario and he wasn't forcing these girls to do whatever, the guys he's surrounding himself with are. the guy he's including his vlogs are. So it's like he needs to think about what he's putting on the internet, because this could hurt. Not, I'm not thinking about it brand wise, like money wise, whatever. This could hurt him, like as a like in general. Do you get me? And I know I'm like showing empathy right now, but it's like, dude, like literally fucking look at yourself and look what the fuck you just created, because this is gonna hurt you in the long run. And like, oh gosh.
No, yeah, most definitely. You said I couldn't have said it any better. Basically, like look at the bigger picture, because in the end, the one who's gonna end up losing the hardest is you. Is you. And none of your jokester friends, none of your cool bros are gonna be there when you fucking get deported. And that sounds horrible to say, but it's like you
If
need to
something
know
were to
when to
happen.
stop. You need to know when to fix the situation. And I don't know if we talked about it before, but he made an apology video. It was like a 2-minute video where he basically glossed over everything he's done, the people he's associated with, and he kind of just put
Yeah.
blame on them and was like, yeah, I know I've had some friends who weren't really friends, and looking back at it now, I should have never associated myself with them. But it's like we've seen you from time and time again disposing of people. You treat people like they're fucking animals, like, oh, do a trick for me, dance for me, monkey. Like, so it's a whole lot. He needs to take some time, honestly, off the internet to really do some reflection and to see what he can do to make all of this better, because it is not looking good for him.
Exactly.
Just do better. I don't know. If I was in that position, I don't know what I'd do. Like, what do we do from now? Like, I mean, how do we go about this, like, now? Like, what's gonna happen to him?
I don't know. Like, I don't know. I don't really know like how long he's been here, because it's like, yeah, do you have all this money in the world? But it's like, what's gonna happen when all that, you could still have all the money in the world after your fame is gone, after people drop you, because you've saved it up, but damn, I can't even. He right there when you said 2-minute video, I was like, bitch, he didn't apologize for nothing. Then he didn't
Yeah,
acknowledge
it was.
nothing. 'Cause
I
it's 2
watched
minutes.
it, and it was like, I mean, yeah, he kind of just talked in his sad way. He's like, "Hey guys, I want to talk about some things that have been brought to my attention." And it's like, no, you're not taking accountability. You didn't mention everything that has gone down. I want to mention that he's actually gone back and deleted over 77 million views on his channel the past couple of days, meaning he's deleted all these videos that he feels are going to be basically used against him, whether some of the things he's done, some of the things he said. So clearly he's in deep shit right now, and he's trying to, I don't want to say make the situation better. I think he's just trying to cover his ass, for lack of a better term.
Exactly. Oh shit. And the fact that he knows which videos to delete, that makes it even more shady. That makes it even more creepy.
Yeah, that makes it like just seem that he knows he did shitty shit and now he needs to
Mhm.
cover his ass. So I think we've talked about him for a while now. Bottom line, David, do better if somehow this gets back to you. Imagine we get like an interview with David Dobrik. How much? No, he probably like his rate is like what,
It's probably
500,000?
fucking high. Yeah.
Yeah, no, we're not gonna get him. Sorry guys,
Like
breaking news, we're
Koshi.
not gonna get him. Which,
Like,
speaking of, okay, I said I was gonna move on, but you mentioned her, you brought her up, so I'm gonna talk about her real quick. Apparently, this video is resurfacing all over the internet, all over Twitter, where I guess she was on a podcast.
yes, with
The
a
interviewer
comedian.
asked her, "Have you had an orgasm? When was the last time you had one?" Something along the lines, and she said, "Get this, I've never had one." And people, obviously, if you don't know, her and David Dobrik dated, and I guess she kind of spilled some tea by saying that she's never had an orgasm because she dated him and they dated for a while now. So, I mean, not only is he a horrible person, he can't satisfy a girl. I mean, that's just, am I shaming him? This is just too much.
David, this is why people don't like nice guys. We're terrible.
Oh no.
Oh no.
But moving on to something real quick that I saw this morning. Apparently this father was arrested because he thought it was a bright idea to try to take pictures with the elephants over at San Diego Zoo. Apparently he was trying to get a picture, and before he knew it, the elephant was charging at him. So he tries escaping the little habitat, and he drops the 2-year-old. He drops the baby. He keeps going, goes back, gets the baby, and then runs out. And I'm like laughing at this, not at the baby, poor baby, just an innocent bystander in this whole nonsense.
Oh.
How do we, like, why did he think this was a good idea? Let me try to get an up close and personal picture with the elephant. Like, what?
Because white people are so invasive. That's why. And for those of you who don't know, San Diego Zoo is a nonprofit zoo, and it helps it rehabilitates animals who are endangered or maybe considered endangered species, or like they're on the cusp of being endangered. So it's like, this man needs to back up off this elephant, okay? This elephant's just trying to be rehabilitated. So he needs to back up.
I'm like, you might have to retract your statement just based off the name. So we have Jose Manuel Navarrete. This young man, I don't know how old he is, but this man decided it was a great idea to try to take a picture with his baby and the elephant. Apparently, he was arrested because obviously this is endangerment to the child. Like,
Yeah.
this is not okay. This wasn't a good thing. And apparently, his bail is 100K. So this is again just falls back on you need to think before you do,
Before you
sir. You are
act.
now gonna have to pay 100,000 because you
Mhm.
wanted a selfie with the elephant. Like, come on.
I retract my statement. White people are still invasive, but not in this case. Not in
But yeah, it's just I wanted to talk about it because I don't want to say it was like a lighthearted story, but it definitely eases the nonsense that's going on. Sir Jose, you could have taken a picture from afar. This is not necessary.
honestly. The little baby. I'm just thinking about the baby.
He dropped the baby. The baby's gonna be at the age of like 16. He's gonna go back, look at these headlines, and be like, "Why were we in the news, Dad? Why did you? Oh yeah, you dropped me, bitch." But
You dropped me. You left me. No man left behind. No, you left me.
oh no, poor baby. We wish you and your baby, excuse me, we wish you and your baby the best of luck. Hopefully, you're not going around taking pictures with more animals, but the last animal that I want to talk about is Sharon Osbourn. Ooh, is that bitchy? Should I have not said that? But I don't know. She said some horrible things in the past week, so maybe she is acting like an animal. So if you have not heard, apparently Sharon Osbourn is a good chummy friend with Piers Morgan, and if you don't know who Piers Morgan is, then you're not missing out. He's an ignorant, fucking misogynistic clown. So Piers Morgan on his TV show or on some morning show talked about the whole Meghan Markle situation, and we all know that's a whole situation we can get into, but we're not going to. He basically was shaming her, basically just being ignorant and saying shady, stupid shit. And Sharon Osbourne felt the need on her talk show, The Talk. Well, it's not hers, but that talk show, The Talk. And she felt the need to defend him. She was like, if you guys have not seen the clip, you guys need to go watch it. She's basically standing up for him. She makes some ignorant comments like, why is he the bad guy? Why am I racist for defending him? Like, tell me, which she's talking to her fellow co-host who happen to be black. One of the ladies happens to be black. And she's like, tell me, how dare you? Don't you dare start crying. I'm the victim here. He's the victim. Like, she just went on a tangent. The whole situation is despicable to say the least. Leah Remini has actually come out and made statements of her own, being like, yeah, she's a shitty person. Another one of the co-hosts, I can't remember her name right now, said that she referred to Julie Chen, who used to be a co-host, and she said she would refer to as Wonton. Like, what are you like? What? And the reason why I'm bringing this up now is because she did an interview with Entertainment Weekly, or no, she did an interview with ET, where she said that one of the producers asked her to clear things up with the Piers Morgan situation, and she said that it was a setup. She feels like she's a sacrificial lamb. She's a victim from this. And before I let you chime in, because I know you have a lot to say, I'm just gonna say, like mother, like daughter. How can we forget the whole situation on The View where her daughter thought it was a great idea to say, Donald Trump, if Mexicans aren't helping you, if you don't like Mexicans, then who's going to clean your toilet, basically?
Oh, God.
Do these people not think before they speak? Like, they're so delusional, arrogant, and shitty people? I mean, I've made it pretty clear how I feel about them. What are your thoughts on this?
They try to chalk it up to them being British. Like, oh, it's just British humor. It's just how we talk. It's just how we're chummy with each other like that. No, bitch, you're racist. And my thoughts are that Sharon Osbourne needed to take several fucking seats, because the video, like Louis said, you guys have to fucking watch this video, because it's like you're watching her and you're just like, what the, like, I hate to say it, like, she looks like a fucking beast. Like, she's like, why are you crying? Don't be crying. I'm the one who's offended here. You guys are coming after my friend. And it's like you just saying that you're friends with Piers Morgan right there, like, that just shows us everything we need to fucking know. But not only has Leah Remini come out and another co-host, I think you're talking about the current co-host, not not the co-host she was yelling at,
Not
but
Cheryl. I'm sorry, the
not
name.
Cheryl, but another co-host who is also Black, Elaine. She came out and she said that the sets, her and her hairstylist both came out and said that the talk show set is like very hostile. She's very racially Sharon Osbourn is very racially insensitive. I mean, fucking CBS had to come out with a whole fucking statement about this is not who we are. And I'm like, but I bet you anything, like people like Julie Chen and Leah Remini have come to you before and they've told you this is how we feel, and you guys probably just don't fucking listen. Like, oh, don't worry, we'll fix it. And then you don't fix it. And this is why she thinks it's okay to go off on somebody on air. The show's currently suspended from what I know. And it's suspended until further notice. So the bitch is out of a job right now.
Yeah, and
But,
I
God.
know that I see now I don't want to make an ignorant comment and I don't want to come across as racist, but like you said, just from my experiences in seeing movies and TV shows where it kind of revolves around British people. I don't know. It's a thing where British people say that's our humor. We're just crafts.
Yeah.
We're just that way. It's like, okay, that's great.
Mhm.
Be like that with you, with the people you know, your friends and whatnot. But in this
Yeah.
situation, Sharon, I'm not trying to be racist. I'm not trying to be ageist, but so I feel like in this situation, because she is an older woman and because she is British, it doesn't like it doesn't bode well for her. I don't know. Like
Yeah.
I feel like obviously her mindset are not going to be different, being that
Yeah.
I'm Mexican, she's British, I'm young, she's old. But it's like clearly her mindset isn't aligning with the rest of her co-hosts because clearly they're not standing with her. They're not saying, "Oh yeah, she's right in all this." So if your
Exactly.
co-hosts and the people on set, hairstylists, whomever, are disagreeing with you, then maybe you should do some reflection. And I feel like knowing her and the kind of like knowing how her family is known for, like knowing how they are, I feel like she's gonna
Yeah.
double down. She's gonna stand her ground, and she's gonna be like coming in 10 times harder on the show now. And that's what I
Yeah.
like. It doesn't need to go there. Like I think she's just be off the show because clearly, and I get it,
Yeah.
people, it's all about, I know specifically those types of shows like The View, The Talk, and all that, The Real, they're
Yeah.
meant to have conversations and to have different inputs and different perspectives and different views and beliefs. But when it comes to just fucking having civil rights and racism, that's not something we should be discussing. This is not something we should be, I mean, not discussing, disagreeing on, bitch. People are equal. And if you
Exactly.
can't fucking see that, you need to fuck off. I mean, come
Yeah.
on.
Like those things are not political. Those things are like, I'm sorry, people say like, oh, Black lives don't matter, or fucking people don't deserve health care or something. It's like, that's not political to me. It's like you're arguing against something that should be a basic human right. So yeah, these shows are meant to have conversation, like you said, but I don't see the show coming back with her, number one. But I hate to say it, I don't see the show coming back, maybe. Do you get, like, I just don't see,
I mean, they
unless,
came back, and I don't want to harp on this negativity because
oh,
I
they
do
did?
like her. No, I'm saying that they're probably gonna come back, but
Oh, they'll come
they
back.
came back after the whole Julie Chen scandal, which I don't know if you heard about her man in that whole
True,
situation, which I don't
true.
give a fuck about her husband. I like Julie Chen.
No, yeah,
So I
true.
think they will come back. They might do a
Yeah,
cast shakeup where they get rid of one or two people, even though I don't think they should get
mhm.
rid of more than one person. Like get
I
rid
think
of
they'll just
Sharon
get
and
rid of
then
her.
that's it.
Mhm.
But I know people like this show. I know a lot of people like talking about it. It's always referenced in like, morning news and whatnot. So hopefully the show continues so that they can continue to, because they do have good conversations as far
They
as
do.
other topics. But when it comes to, like you said, basic human rights, that's not something we should be arguing over, bitch. Right
Yeah.
is right and wrong is wrong. And you know what? Whenever I edit these videos or whenever I edit these podcasts, I always like tell myself, why did you curse? I feel like when people curse, it kind of not diminishes, but it kind of like takes away from your case. But I'm sorry, people, I can't help it. This is no BS, no bullshit. I curse when I'm passionate, and that's what the fuck it is. Okay.
I know. I know people think like cursing is like a sign of like no intelligence. Well, then maybe I'm a dumb bitch because that's all I do. But
And
sometimes,
with that, let's move right along to hear some of your stories.
yes. Okay. So for this following story, I mean, it's kind of piggybacking off this whole racism issue, the racism topic and stuff. So like just trigger warning for this following topic. You guys can skip ahead, but trigger warning for the following topic. It's violence and assault. So I'm sure we all heard on the news just last week on March 16th, March 17th, We heard of a white man attacking a spa and killing 8 women, and 6 of those women were Asian American. And of course, that sparked up an entire, I don't like to call it debate because I'm like, again, this is not an argument. Basic human rights is not an argument. But it sparked up a whole, issue about how ever since the coronavirus started, there's been like a spike in Asian American hate crimes. And a lot of people, I don't know if you saw, a lot of people were like very adamant, oh, it's not a hate crime, it's not a hate crime, but very much was a hate crime. I mean, he obviously went into this fucking spa, he targeted this specific race, this specific culture. So I feel like we need to look at how we're dealing with this and how we need to look at how we're dealing with this and how we're reacting to this, because I've seen a lot of people, being like, and it's funny because it's not even coming from Black people, it's coming from white people who are like, oh, but you guys didn't ride this hard for Latinx people, you guys didn't ride this hard for Black lives. And I'm like, people did. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, but people did. So I don't know, did you hear about this this crime? It was, I mean,
No, yeah, I definitely excuse me. I definitely heard about it. I saw the news, and for starters, this is a fucking hate crime. Let's just say what it is. Like
yeah.
I don't it how you mentioned earlier how white people, had their comments and their perspectives. I think it's interesting to see what people see and their mindset, because let's be honest, if this was a Black person who had done this, if this was a person of color, non-white, like their life would have ended in 2 seconds. But no, what the fuck happened with this little white fucker? He was arrested. The police department, sheriff, whoever the fuck, decided to be like, oh, well, yeah, he woke up, he had a bad day, and that's why he did this. No, bitch.
Mhm.
When I have bad days, I might cry. I might fucking sleep all day. I don't go out and
Yeah.
attack innocent people. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? This is some bullshit excuse. Stop making excuse for shitty white people. This is not okay. If you don't see that this is an issue, that this is a recurring problem, you need to get your fucking eyes checked, bitch. I wear glasses. I'll let you fucking borrow them because, and again, I'm sorry for cursing so much, but I just can't help it. Like this, if this isn't infuriating you, if
No,
this isn't
yeah.
upsetting you, then like we need to talk about it. Come on the podcast. Let's talk about it, because I don't know. I don't think I would never want anyone I know, whether we're friends, family, fucking neighbors, I would never want to see you, like I would never want to see your life end because of the color of your skin or because people don't fucking like you as a person. Like, what is this bullshit, you know?
I mean, you totally, yeah, you brought up my next point about how the sheriff's department in Atlanta fucking just completely chalked this up to him having a bad day. And a lot of people, I saw a lot of reports being like, oh no, it's because, he was ashamed of going to the spa and feeling turned on, so he felt like he needed to go and kill these people. And I was like, that's still not an excuse. Like, you guys are just, again, the whole mental illness excuse does not work when this man murdered women, like, let's bring it out there, women, Asian women specifically, because like just the excuses that were coming out and the reports that were coming out, I was just like, that does not make sense. I love how like mental illness is always brought up in terms of white shooters. And I'm like, okay, but Black people have to be like gunned down, right? Like they couldn't have a quote unquote bad day. Like I'm getting frustrated right now, you guys. Like I'm rambling, but it's sad to read and it's sad to see. And then it's sad to see videos. I don't know if you've seen them pop up on your Twitter feed or your Instagram feed, but on my TikTok, I've seen videos of like Asian people, but specifically like Asian women, how like this one girl, she like literally went out in sweatpants, oversized shirt, cap on, sunglasses on, because she didn't want to be presenting as an Asian American woman because she was afraid. Because the day before, while like thank God nothing happened to her, she had said that she had been cornered by a white man at the grocery store, and she felt like she felt scared for her life. So the next day when she went out, she felt like she had to kind of go out in disguise. And it's just so sad. I feel like I'm rambling and I'm not really like saying much.
No, you're
but
making perfect sense. Everything you're saying
it's
is
just so sad.
makes sense, and I'm glad you're bringing awareness to the bullshit that these people are doing. And like you said, that's so horrible that people feel shame because of their culture, because of their nationality, ethnicity. Like everyone should be able to fucking be free and be happy and be proud of who they are and what they represent. And the fact that people now feel shame or feel like their life is at risk because crazy
Exactly.
white people want to fucking attack, like that's some bullshit. And if we're not having these conversations, if we're not bringing this,
Mhm.
bringing awareness to this, then nothing's gonna change. I I know it's just a post, but when you're on Instagram, when you're on Twitter, retweet everything you can, read
Yeah.
some articles, post about it on Instagram. Like the more we bring awareness, I feel like the more likely that change will happen.
Mhm.
This whole situation is frustrating because, like you said, oh, he was having a bad day, quote unquote, having a bad. No, bitch.
No,
No,
you weren't.
like you need, and like how you talked about how it just so happens that I like how you brought up that the fact that only when white people are shooting, then it becomes a mental health
Yeah.
problem. It's an
Yeah.
issue because oh well, they're not they have problems. No,
Yeah.
bitch, because if this was a black person, then they're crazy, then they're animals, then they're beasts. Like no, shut
Mhm.
the fuck up, call it what it is, and figure out how to change this. It's so frustrating, and I
Exactly.
hate that I get so loud and passionate about it. But I can't help it.
No, I think it's sorry, let me retract. Let me rewind. This is just a reminder to everybody that this is not the oppression Olympics. We do not need to like bring up, oh, but remember when ABC happened? The Asian American community uh, did not do this. This is not the oppression Olympics. This is not who's gotten it worse. Okay, like I think we've all seen that everybody rallies together when one culture is being ostracized or, singled out. And it sucks because the it's always going to be the race or the culture that has always been superior to all of us that wants to pit us all against each other, like pit all these other communities against each other so that we all feel some type of way. Like, oh, but remember for Black Lives Matter when the Latinx community was severely anti-Black? See, you guys, um, Black Lives Matter, you guys shouldn't back them up now because remember that happened? And it's like, no, I think me pulling a Victoria Justice right now, but it's like, I think we can all realize that we need to support each other and not fucking be racist. Like, what does not click?
To this day,
Yeah.
I don't want to say it's funny, it's ironic, and I find it's so like upsetting that we have to say racism is bad. People shouldn't be racist. Like, are we 2 years old? Are we learning how to fucking speak? This is some bullshit.
Thank
I'm
you.
sick and tired of hearing these crazy white people. Let's
Gosh.
move on.
Yes. Moving on. Honestly, I feel like I picked all like the fucking topics that were just fucking hard hitting or something. But also, now this is like a women issue. As you guys know, it's March Madness. I'm not a basketball bitch. I don't fucking know. But March Madness is when college basketball teams come together. They make like the final 16 or something, then like the final 8, final 4, and then one of them wins. And it's men's college basketball team and women's college basketball teams. And so the NCAA puts them up in hotels. And this year, I think with the years past too, social media has been a big thing. But this year, the NCAA women's college basketball teams were just, recording like their setups, like their gym, their workout area, their fucking breakfast, their lunch, their merch, anything. And people started seeing like difference between what the fuck they were doing versus what the men's basketball teams were getting. And a lot of people were calling out the NCAA on like the double standard because how come the college men's basketball team gets a whole fucking elite gym to work out in and they get fucking 5-star meals, meanwhile the women's basketball team gets like one or two dumbbells and like just a pile of towels. And there you go ahead, work out, get ready for your game. And the NCAA president has since come out and said, well, the women's basketball team, their workout area wasn't really meant to be a workout area. It was really just meant to be for them to chill before the game or after the game. And I'm like, shut the fuck up. Like, then where's their workout area? Then where's their gym? Then where's their fucking equipment? Since then, gyms like Gold's Gym and fucking like 24 Hour Fitness, they've donated equipment to the NCAA's women's team, and they've got their setup. But what what do you think about fucking this double standard, or what the NCAA president said, that this wasn't
Oh,
really a fucking gym?
this is just a whole lot. Obviously, you said it was the president. What's this guy?
Yeah, he was the NCAA president, so the organization president.
The organization president. To you, sir. What the fuck? Don't give me this damage control bullshit. Like, you need to again just do better. I don't understand how anyone in their right mind would see that there's no double standard here. What the fuck? Like, wouldn't you
Exactly.
want all of your athletes to excel? And what you need to I might not be a fucking the most athletic person. I might be a big fat bitch. But what I do know is in order to succeed, you need fucking tools. And if they don't have the right equipment and tools to fucking succeed, how do you expect them to do great and be all-stars? Like, what? I think it's frustrating that this is again I say it jokingly, but it's almost like I lose faith in humanity. Like, how do we,
Yes,
where we're at in this day and age, still have issues about racism, about men and
sexism.
women, and
Yeah,
sexism and all that? Like, how I thought we had gone past this, people. Like, do better. Give the women, give the girls, give them the fucking right to be able to excel. Like, it's just so
exactly.
frustrating. I can't even put into words. I'm just like rambling at this point, but yeah, it's like it's frustrating because I know if I was a female and I was in a position where I wanted to just fucking be the greatest, be
Yes.
the best I could possibly be, and then I get handed a fucking towel and some dumbbells, like, bitch, fuck you. Give me that like, don't give me that bullshit.
It's a lot. I mean, it's a lot. I mean, being a woman, Louise, not fucking walk in the park. But a lot of people had the fucking argument, and this is what bothers me with men's sports, which versus women's sports. A lot of fucking fans had the argument, of course, male fans. They were like, well, the women's basketball teams, like, we don't really watch them. So it's like the men's basketball teams should get the better equipment. And I'm like, shut the fuck up, because that argument does not work when with the US women's soccer team, they get paid less, even though they're better champions and win more championships than the US men's soccer team, who get paid more, and they get paid more even when they lose. Meanwhile, the US women's soccer team, if they lose, they don't get no fucking money. They have to win to get money. So it's like, that doesn't make sense. Like, shut the fuck up. It's always going to be with men's sports, which is versus women's sports, that men's sports fans are always going to have something to say, like, well, we watch them more. That's why they deserve more. They're doing the same thing, are they not? And honestly, sometimes you have to think about, the women are fucking running with their fucking boobs. So they're even doing fucking more work, bitch. Okay. These boobs are not, they don't weigh one like 0.5 pounds, bitch. Okay. So we're doing even more if we're playing a sport. Okay.
Yeah,
So
and if
meanwhile,
you
you guys
just
just
if you oh, do you want to finish that thought or
no, I was frustrated. You go, you go.
okay, I don't want to be disrespectful now. I'll let you finish your thoughts. No, it's like we're laughing, but it's so outrageous
Yes.
that even when, like, if we break it down a little bit, even when it comes to like tampons, like, remind me again why those are not free. Remind me why
Thank you.
male deodorant is a lot cheaper than women's. Remind me why female razors cost more. Like, what? Do we all not have a fucking brain in our heads? Like, what the hell?
Exactly. Remind me why men's clothes are usually fucking cheaper than women's clothes. Like, you guys have to think about this, and you just, it bothers, I've said this before, like, it bothers me that I'm just so socially aware about things, because I get annoyed about the tiniest things that people might be like, you're so sensitive, but it's like, no, it bothers me. Like, why the fuck do I have to pay $2 more than Luis does for fucking shaving cream?
And yeah, and what I've come to realize, or what I'm kind of accepting with, and this is not just about me, I think this is in general. If you have an opinion, if you have a voice, which we all have fucking voices, I
Yeah.
think we should feel comfortable enough to say it. Like, I know, like, the whole conversation of how much people get paid in the workplace,
Mhm.
and women. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to be assertive. Don't be afraid to state your
Exactly.
mind, to state your case. Why? Because you're going to be perceived as a bitch. Let's be honest here. People are going to perceive you as a bitch because men are trash. Your boss is going to
Exactly.
perceive you as a bitch regardless of what you say. So don't be afraid to use your voice. Put yourself out there. Stand up for what you believe in. Fight against the bullshit. And you do you. Like, come on now.
Oh
Yes,
my gosh.
motivational speaker. That's my
Honest-
new job, guys. I'm your hype man if you guys need it.
Honestly, I totally think she should be a motivational speaker or a fucking life coach or something. So Like, damn, Luis, you're always fucking hitting us with those motivational quotes. That just made me so amped up, so hyped up. You should go
Yes.
talk to the NCAA women's college basketball team right
Please,
now.
where's his president? Let me whip his ass into shape. And then maybe he could whip my ass into shape because I'm a fat bitch. But do you have any more stories you want to let us know about?
No, that pretty much wraps up what I wanted to say because another story I had was the whole Sharon Osbourn stuff, but we already know how we feel about Sharon
That
and
dumb clown.
her
But
ugly little ass.
oh, not attacking the looks. But yeah, I think that wraps up this episode, you guys. I had a great conversation. I feel like we had a great conversation. My mood is still
Yeah.
high. I feel great despite all the negative things we talked about. Hopefully you guys are enjoying what you're hearing. We have fun making these episodes. I almost said videos. Should we get on YouTube? That's a whole nother conversation. But make sure you guys are following us on our social media. Make sure you're following the No BS podcast at No BS Pod. Make sure you're submitting your questions. You know, Daniela hits us with those polls and those questionnaires. So make sure you're following us on Instagram so you can answer those. I know for sure she hasn't brought it up recently, but I know she's holding out on those voice notes. So please leave a voice message if you'd like. We want to play your guys' voice. And also, this might come out of nowhere, but if you have a small business or you have a small company or you just want to come on the podcast and give us your opinion, make sure you hit us up on the Instagram, DM us, let us know, you know, hey, Luis, I have a small business I want to talk about. Hey, I just want to come on and have a conversation with you guys. Let us know. Don't be afraid. We might, I know I can speak for myself. I might curse a lot. I might be a loud big bitch, but I like to think I'm a friendly person. Daniela, any final words?
No, yeah. If you guys want to be on here, we promise we don't bite. We do it through Zoom, so it's not like we're even in person to, like, I don't know, pinch you or something. So don't worry. This is not a hostile work environment. We're very much open to anything and anyone. So please hit us up. Yes, I haven't brought it up in a fucking hot minute, but I just want to open the podcast with a voice message saying, like, Daniela, Luis, you guys are the bomb.com. Love you. You know, like, so maybe just, I don't know, maybe I should record one in a different voice so that people are
I'm like,
encouraged.
I think you said that before. You haven't done it, so get on it. But if that's it, I think that wraps up this episode again for the 100th time. Thank you guys so much for listening. We really appreciate it, and we'll catch you guys in the next episode. Bye.
Bye.